Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another prompt engineering technique. Now inside of this video, we are going to cover something called ask for advice. What is it and how to use it? Let's dive right into it. First question, what is ask for advice good for? Well, it is like asking a friend for help or suggestions when you have a problem. We as human beings are having a lot of conflicting thoughts in our everyday life, in our business, etc. So by asking a friend for advice can help you come closer to a solution. Why are we using this? Well, to get information for problem solving, for decision making, or understanding different perspectives, which is super handy. And when are we going to use this? When you need assistance for example, chat support if you're running a business, for a Q&A section if you're having something like that on a website, or seek guidance in decisions. Now, how can we use this? Well, by asking ChatGPT for advice on a matter, include context and the necessary information needed for ChatGPT to give you the best answer possible. Let's dive right into ChatGPT and go over a few examples on how you can use just this. Now, one way of using this is, for example, like this prompt here. I'm having trouble finding reliable sources for my research paper. Well, that's a big problem, right? Because there's a lot of information online. There's a lot of information from ChatGPT, but how can you really find reliable resources on climate change? Can you give me some advice on how to locate and evaluate credible sources? Let's have a look at what ChatGPT answers here. Wow, this is amazing. Absolutely, here are some steps you can follow to locate and evaluate credible sources for your research paper on climate change. Utilize reputable search engines, identify primary and secondary sources, look for peer-reviewed publications. So you see, ChatGPT is really trustworthy here, in my opinion, because they are only giving out sources that are with credentials, that is objectively, publications, and all of that good stuff. And look at the sources that they are giving. Here are some sources, specific sources. NASA, NOAA, WMO. So this can really help you if you're looking for sources. If you're a student, for example, and you are looking for reliable sources of information, this is a great question. So let's have a look at another example of how you can utilize this technique by asking for advice. Here's another way to use this technique. So here's an example prompt. I'm struggling with time management, which we all do, right? Netflix, Instagram, TikTok, there's a lot of things that can distract us today, and often feel overwhelmed with my workload. What advice can you give me to improve my time management skills? Let's have a look at what ChatGPT give us here, because we all are struggling with time management skills, and this is like a friend asking for advice. So let's have a look at what ChatGPT can give us here. So the question was, I'm struggling with time management and often feel overwhelmed on my workload. What can I do to improve my time management skills? And here is a full list of it. Prioritize tasks, set clear goals, etc., etc. It's really good and in-depth. But if I would like to maybe make this more dense, I could ask them to make it 50% shorter, please. And let's see what it gives us. Absolutely. Here's a condensed version of the time management advice. And as you can see, it's way shorter already. We're already at 5, 6. You see, it's so fast, this machine. This can really help us in our everyday life, in our business, and all of that good stuff. I really love ChatGPT. And as you can see, it's way easier to condense and to read out this information. And if you want it to be even lengthier explanation, you can take this version, or you can just ask it to be more in-depth with the information. But this is giving you a pretty good overview of how you can manage your time management skills. Let's have a look at one more example on how you can use this. All right, so let's say that you are running a marketing agency. So it could be, one of our customers is struggling with low organic reach on social media. What advice can you give to help them improve it? Let's see what it will answer. Once again, we're asking for, here you can see, what advice can you give me? Not what answer, what advice can you give me? Let's have a look at what we're getting from ChatGPT. Super excited actually. So we asked our customers is struggling with low organic reach on social media. What advice can you give us? Absolutely. Improving organic reach on social media can be challenging, but here are some strategies that could help. Understand your audience. Identify who your targeted audience is. Well, that's a good start. Create quality content, always a good thing. Use the right keywords and hashtags. Engage with your audience. Leverage. If you were here to ask a more specific question, what your audience size is, maybe what your age group was that you're targeting, maybe the country or the product that you're selling, etc., etc., you will give better answers. The more specific, the more context that you can give, the more information that you can give ChatGPT, the better the answer will be. But this is a great technique to ask for advice. That's exactly what we're doing. And here we're getting a lot of different types of answers and varieties of ways of how you can improve whatever you are doing. So this is a time saver for sure. If you don't have a friend beside you, you can ask ChatGPT to advise you on whatever you are running in as issues. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.